We bring you a special guest who wanted to remain anonymous for his own personal reasons. I would like our dear guest to start introducing himself. We're going to discuss Islamic occultism today.
Okay, so that's really great to have myself here, Mr. Johnny, or whatever the name is. Uh, Okay, so let me introduce myself to you. First of all, I have been into spiritualism from last 8 or 10 years, and earlier, can you hear me? Am I audible
Yes,
to
I
you?
can. I can. I can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay, so I have been into spiritualism, into astrology from last 8 to 10 years, and I think this astrology, spiritualism, all of these esoteric sciences are a gift of Allah to the human beings. Very less human beings are fortunate enough to learn this esoteric knowledge. This is what I mean. Because earlier I used to fear a lot. Okay, because when I learned about earlier, I used to believe that these things do not exist at all. But after encountering certain paranormal phenomena, after encountering you know few of those things which actually the normal individual cannot believe, and the things are given only in the holy scriptures. Okay, I found out that yes, there are many things which are hidden from the normal human beings, and very few individuals have access to those, and those individuals are chosen by the will of Allah. If Allah wants, then He will show all of those things to us. Otherwise, people usually don't believe in these sciences these days. And with the advancement of technology, with the advancement of all with the modernization of the things, okay, so people are now not believing on these things. People are rather atheists. They choose to atheist. They choose to remain atheists all over their life because they don't have faith on God. They don't have faith on the spiritual beings. Yes, Johnny.
Okay. So, can you tell us, like, what is your explanation of the theory of the divine names? Like, how it actually
Okay.
works for the audience who doesn't necessarily understand the subject.
All right. So by the theory of divine names, you mean the names of Allah. Okay.
Yes.
Because if they are, yes. So the theory of the divine names, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has 99 names which are mentioned in the Quran and through the Hadith. Okay. He has 99 names, and all of those names are highly divine. Okay. Some names are highly Jalali, while some are Jamali. Now, what is this Jalali and what is this Jamali? That you have to first know. Jalali means, okay, you have to seek the permission from a very highly renowned and highly spiritual person, okay, to read these names. Okay, because Allah, when you are actually calling God, okay, you have to call the God with respect. You have to call the God with all of the rules and regulations, because God is not a human being. God is not like us. He's a God. He's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Jalali means like he has some anger element. Okay, some anger element. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves us a lot. Okay, we cannot explain his love. Okay, but his Jalal, okay, his aggression is also really very high. Okay, so one has to be very careful when he's reading the Jalali names. While the Jamali names are those names which are not like Jalali. Okay, when you will be reading Jamali names, okay, you will not be feeling like, okay, like some there, like the fire, you are sitting in a fire kind of an environment. There is fire everywhere. But when you are going to read the Jalali names, okay, if you are reciting the Jalali names 1,000 times, 2,000 times, 3,000 times, So what you will observe is that your body will actually feel some heating inside it. It will feel some heating sensation inside it, because those names are Jalali. But all of the names of Allah, these are the characteristics of Allah. Okay. For example, if I am saying Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahman means, okay, one who is actually the merciful God. Okay. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik, Al-Quddus, As-Salam, okay, Al-Mutakabbir, okay. These are all what? These are the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And all of these names have its own character. They explain the characteristics of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And these are also used to take certain help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If one can recite these names, there are particular wazifa, there is a particular way to recite these names, and one can take benefits in personal life and in the spiritual life as well from these names. Okay.
Okay, so basically, what you are saying is that there are more benevolent names of God, energies of God, and then there are more malevolent or aggressive energies of God. And each
No,
name has its own
we
energy.
can we cannot say that God is a negative energy. God is not a negative energy. God is a positive energy. But sometimes, you know, though the names which I am telling about, those Jalali names which I am talking about, Jalali names have very high energy, and you know very well that high energy means one need to have that capacity, okay, to handle that high energy. Okay, that's why what I'm saying, Jalali means those names which really have the high energy. Okay, God is always positive. God loves us.
Okay, I understand. Some names are more risky to recite than others.
Yes,
So, okay,
they are highly energetic, and if you want to recite those names, then you have to seek the permission from a spiritual guy, okay, who has been who has taken the permission, and this permission actually comes from generation to generations. Okay, for example, if I have a if I have a master, okay, who has given me the permission to recite these names, then that master also had the master who gave him the permission to recite these names. Then his master, the master of the master, also had the same permission. So this thing works with the permission. If anyone will recite these names without the permission, then what is going to happen is that the person, instead of getting the benefit, will actually suffer. Okay, will actually suffer. For example, like if someone wants to become rich by reciting the names of Allah, so actually he wants to recite the name of Allah to become rich. Okay, to become rich. Al Ghani. Al Ghani is the name which actually most of the people recite to become rich. Oh, okay, but sometimes what happens, people don't follow the correct rules, correct regulations, correct guidelines, okay, and they recite this name without any without any guidance from the spiritual master, okay, and they do their own things, and then they don't get any benefit. Rather than getting benefit, they actually receive disadvantages, okay, by reciting the name. So these things, these kind of recitations must be performed under the guidance of a spiritual guru, of a spiritual master.
okay. So, can you tell us some of the procedures, like traditional procedures for reciting divine names?
Actually, procedure is there, okay, but as I already told you that Allah, first of all, we have the God. Let me divide the things here. First, on the top, we have God, Allah. who created the things. Clear? Who created the whole universe? Who created atoms, molecules, everything? Okay, we are taught in science that atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay, this is the theory which we people study in childhood. Okay, we people say we study in science that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Yes, they are right. But who created these atoms? That is the God. Who created the matter? That is God. If you look into different religions, okay, many religions, they have the theory that no one created matter. Okay, no one created matter. But Islam is the religion which say, and the other monotheistic religions, the Abrahamic religions, they say that God is the one who created the matter. Okay, he is the one who created the matter. So on the top there is God who created everything. He created the angels. Then God created the angels. Angels are the one who do not sin. Okay, they are always doing what God is saying. Okay, they don't act against the will of God. That is the thing with the angels. All right. After that, there are the jinns. There are other spiritual beings who are created by God. Okay, the jinns, they have the free will just like us. Okay, there are the Muslim jinns as well. There are the jinns who follow Christianity. There are the jinns who follow other religions. Okay, so there are different kinds of jinns. But however, the majority of the jinns, they are not on the right path. Majority of them are on the wrong path, and they are actually trying to deceive the people. Okay, their main role is to deceive people. Their main role is to harm the human beings. This is their main role. After that, we the human beings are the ones, okay, who are created by the God. So we come in this category. We have the free will as well. Okay, and it is on our will to choose the right path or the wrong path. God has shown us both the paths. Okay, now let me tell you about the names of the God. So basically, as I told you, that God is the higher being. Nothing comes before God. Okay, and He will be the one who will remain even after all the creation is dead. He will be the one who will be remaining. Okay, so nothing comes after him, nothing comes before him. So he is the highest power. And if someone is highest, okay, then his names will be of, important, will be having some important value, a lot of important value. You One cannot judge the importance which is associated with the names of the God. So obviously one cannot recite as it is the names of the God. Okay, one has to ask for the permission. Okay, one has to ask for the permission of the spiritual masters. So spiritual masters are there. Okay, and in every country they are, in every state, in every district of every country they are. Okay, one has to do some hard work to get the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, this is what I mean. And however, if you really want to actually read something, okay, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through his prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam have has given permissions by himself, which is common to all the people. Okay, there are some verses which are mentioned in Hadith. There are some prayers which are mentioned through Hadith and the Quran, which one can read without the permission, and they can give you a lot of benefits without asking for the permission. Okay, those are.
Are you there?
Are there, one can recite that to get the benefits in this world as well as the hereafter. Clear?
Yes, I can. So, okay. So, can you tell us now some more about Khodam, if you think it exists? Like Khodam, Movakels, is it real, in your opinion?
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so first
Hello?
you need to clear, yeah, first you need to clear me about what do you really mean by Khodams. Because in every country, the people are same, but they are called by the different names. I think this name is more common in Turkish country, in Turkey, right? Turkey. I think this name is very common there. Khodam or Hodja. Okay, so what are Khodams according to you? Define
So
Khodams
that is
so that I
basically
can.
like a spiritual intelligences. Okay. So the spiritual intelligence is associated with the verses of the Quran who represent the power of the verse. That's like
Yes.
what how Khodam is defined in where I am from, like around. And they are jinn like. They are like jinn, but not exactly. Like intelligences which guard and represent and serve the certain surahs of the Quran and answer to them.
Okay. So by Khodams you mean and the angelic beings, right? To help and protect human beings, right? You mean this Khodam? By Khodam you mean this?
Uh, okay, so basically this is what I mean. So when you call, let's say you recite certain verses from the Quran, right? So there
Yeah.
are servants like spirits associated with that verse, and when you
Yes. Yes.
recite that verse
Understood. Uh,
certain number of times,
Understood. Understood.
uh,
All right, understood.
yeah,
I understood your question. I understood your question. So basically, your question is what is the role of the Khodam? Hmm? Kindly
yes.
repeat your question.
My question is for you to tell us what your opinion about Kodam is. Like, are Kodams real? Do they exist? What they really are? I wanted you to
Yeah,
clarify
they exist.
the subject for
Yeah,
the
they
audience.
yeah they exist. They exist. Okay, Khodam exist. Okay, Khodam here in our country they are called as the Muwakkils. Okay, that's the reason why I asked you like what do you mean by Khodam? In different countries they are known by different names. So in the parts of Pakistan, in the parts of Bangladesh, they are called as the Muwakkils. Now, what do I even the word Muwakkil is there in the Quran as well. It is there in the Arabic dictionaries as well. So Khodams are actually equivalent to Muwakkils. So what is a Muwakkil? What is a Khodam? Let me tell you about that. Khodam is a kind of it one who is following the duty. Okay, he is the one who is following the duty. For example, if you are reciting any verse from the Quran, okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran through his Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet of Allah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has informed that who reads the Quran is actually getting the rewards. He will be getting the rewards for just reading one simple verse. One verse will give him hundreds of benefits, hundreds and hundreds of benefits. Now, who will be calculating these benefits? Who will be taking, who will be actually writing all of these things which we are doing in the record book? That those are the Khodam. So Khodam does exist. Okay. And for example, if I want to receive any benefit from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by reciting his verse or by reciting any of the dua, then to every dua, every specific prayer, to every specific verse, there is an angelic being which is there, okay, which is assigned to that. Okay, so they come for the help. Okay, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the permission to that angelic being to kindly give the benefit to this individual for reciting this, then that is the Khodam which plays the role. He is actually following the duty which is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay.
Okay, so basically, Kodams or Muvakils are servants who respond to our
Yes.
recitation of the divine names and verses. Okay, so can you tell us
Yes.
more about your experience with the Kodams, like some of your personal quirks and experiences, which are Some experiences you can basically share with us.
Okay, my experiences using by reciting the verses of the Quran and how the Khodams actually, how I observed the Khodams. You mean this? This is your question.
Yes, yes,
How I
yes.
observed that, my real life observances. You want to know? Okay, so basically, let me clear one thing to you, that we can actually see the Khodams in reality as well. Okay, we can see the Khodams, we can see the angelic beings in a reality as well. Clear? Okay, but for that you have to really work hard, really work hard. Okay? So basically, like for example, there are three ways, 3 or 4 ways to recite a particular verse. Okay, the first way is to just receive the benefits. That's it. This is the first way. Another way is to actually become a friend with the become the another way is to just see the Khodam in reality. Okay, there are two kinds of knowledge. One is anul yaqeen, okay, the one which you have just heard of, and another is haqqul yaqeen. Haqqul yaqeen means that you have just saw with your own eyes, saw the things with your own eyes, and now you believe that. For example, we have seen fire. Okay, if I say to you that fire exists and it feels burning sensation when we touch the fire, you will believe that. Okay, but this kind of belief is called as anulyaki, which means you have seen the fire with your eyes, but you haven't actually felt the fire. Okay, that is called as the anulyaki. Now, another one is haqqul yaqeen. Now, for example, suppose you have touched the fire with your hand. What would you feel? You will feel that burning sensation on your hand. This time you have observed. Okay, this time this is called as the haqqul yaqeen. Now you have full faith that yes, fire actually produces the burning sensation. Similar is with this. There are some people. There are some people who in, instead of just receiving the benefits, they want to see the angelic beings in reality. They want to see the jinns in reality. Okay, so what they do, instead of just receiving the benefits, they want to try another way of recitation to see the angelic beings. Okay, and when they go through the procedure, through the right procedure, when they follow the proper rules and guidelines, they are able to do that. Okay, and the third way is that one can become the friend with these angelic beings. So when one becomes the friend with these angelic beings, okay, so what, they can actually come at your call, and you can ask for anything to them. They will provide you which is permissible. Okay, there are two kinds of people, two kinds of mocktails. Okay, so number one are those mocktails, like those jinns which are evil jinns. Okay, so those evil jinns are always there to harm you, and another one are the good jinns, pure jinns. Okay, they are very religious, they don't want to harm any human. Okay, so these jinns are in minority. Okay, they are not in majority, they are in minority. All right, so yes, we can see the Khodams. We can actually see them. Okay, and my real life observances is that I haven't seen any Khodam. I haven't seen any jinn. Yes, but I have actually observed them around me. Okay, the reason is this, because I don't want to see the jinn in reality. I don't want to see the angelic beings in reality. Okay, because I don't want that. Okay, some people, they have the desire to see, but I don't have that desire. If I want, I can see if I want. Okay, but for that I need to do a lot of hard work, and the hard work is, it is really very difficult to achieve that hard work. For example, like if I want to see any good human, any good angelic being, okay, if I want to see any good jinn, then I have to stop eating all kinds of flesh. Then I have to stop eating all kind of milk products for around 40 or 50 days. Okay, I have to like go in solitude. Okay, I have to be alone. I need to go into the forest. Okay, and I don't need. So I will be doing lot of hard work to get onto this thing. Getting my point? What I'm trying to say. Okay, so
Yes,
to
yes.
achieve this kind to achieve this kind of the reality, okay, to observe the Khodams, to observe the jinns by your eyes, okay, then you have to do a lot of hard work. However, you may find some people who say that they have seen the jinns. Yeah, jinns can show them to you. Jinns can show them to you if they have the will. However, you will find majority of the people, they will say that all of this is just a crap. Okay, we don't believe in this, because jinns don't show them to the people. They just actually interfere in the personal lives of the human beings. But mostly around 95 to 96%, they don't actually show themselves to the normal human beings. Okay, it is upon their will if they want to show themselves. However, if we really want to see, if the normal people wants to have the access into this spiritual dimension, they need to work hard. Okay, those people are really gifted who have the spiritual powers with them. Okay, without any hard work, those people are are very rare. Okay, otherwise majority of the people, they have to do lot of hard work to attain spiritual powers. Okay, now talking about whether I observed it or not, so this has been there in my life. Okay, for example, like many instances are there in my life. Okay, for example, I was passing through the false allegations case. Okay, my brother, my elder brother, was passing through the case of the false allegation. Okay, and the opposite party, the opposite party was highly dominant actually. Okay, the case was false. The court case against us was false. It was the false allegation, and nothing was actually there for us. We were on the verge to lose this case, and you know we were actually on the verge of losing a great amount of money. So what I did, I actually started reading the verses there, and there was no scope of winning the court case. To be very honest, no scope of winning the court case. We were actually defeated from all the corners. Okay, then I am that individual who don't interfere in the lives of other people. Okay, even if it is my elder brother, even if it is my own father, I don't interfere in their lives. So my father came to me, and he said to me that, okay, your brother is in such a trouble. Okay, why you aren't doing anything? If you know all of these sciences, why you are not able to do anything? Okay, we don't believe you. Okay, you are just uh, you are just making a spool. This is what I mean. You are just making a spool. My father said this to me. So I actually felt little bad at that time. Okay, my elder brother also said to me that you are just making all of us fool, and even even after you are here, you are of no use to us, because you know all this kind of knowledge, but you are not able to do anything still. Then I felt bad, and I said to myself that, okay, I'm going to do something for my elder brother. My elder brother is going to win this court case. So what I did, I start reading it. Okay, I start reading some of the verses. Those verses, okay, that is a long prayer. Okay, if I will start to read that prayer, okay, that will take around like 3 to 4 minutes to complete that prayer. Okay, that is a long prayer. Okay, so I started reading it. So it used to take like around 45 to 50 minutes for me to read that prayer. Okay, I used to read it like around 40 to 41 times daily. Then things started changing. Okay, we started having an upper hand on the opposite party, and the opposite party, they were just taking their steps back. They started feeling weak. I was seeing the changes in few weeks. I informed my father that, okay, you are going to win this case, inshallah. if God wills, you are going to win this case. Okay, so things started changing, and that very man, okay, that man who was earlier having the upper hand on us, he started, feeling little sick. He started feeling like, okay, he needs a lot of money, and if he will start to continue this case against us, then it is not going to benefit him anymore. Okay, and he's just going to lose this case. This thing started occurring in his mind. Okay, and then afterwards I prepared an amulet with the permission of my master. I actually gained the permission. Okay, my master gave me the permission. He granted me the permission to prepare a particular amulet. Okay, so that amulet was for creating, for making someone lose in the court case. So I prepared that amulet and I hanged that, okay, on the top of the tree. Okay, that tree which has thorns on it. Okay, so basically, amulets are also used for different purposes. Okay, the amulets which we prepare, that amulet has the khodams, has the mokkils along with it. Okay, so those mokkils uh, does the job for the individual who has prepared it. Okay, so now the time came, okay, when the opposite party saw that they are going to lose this case, and there is no point in continuing to fight this case anymore. So they came for the compromise. They said, okay, we are ready to move backward. Okay, we are not ready to continue this case, and it would be not proper to continue this case anymore. Otherwise, it would not be benefit it will not be, it is not going to benefit both of the parties. Okay, and he actually, although he compromised, but he actually lost the case. Earlier he was having the upper hand. Okay, and the punishment was actually really much grave. Okay, for that false allegation. I hope you have understood this. Just we won
Yes,
the case,
yes, yes.
court case. And you may have seen all over the internet that many people are demanding the amulets for winning the court case. Many people, they are actually demanding the prayers from different spiritual saints, from different magic, different black magic experts, different white magic experts, to provide them with those spiritual things that could help them to win the court case. This thing is very common all over the world. I think many of the people all over the world are facing this problem of false allegations. This is what I think.
Okay. So basically, uh, yeah, yeah. Things you have to find in a particular place, write particular numbers and divine names, and basically, yeah, yeah, that's exactly how I do it. Uh, and depending on what Khodam the spirit amulet in a different way.
Mr. Yes, Mr. Johnny, there are a lot of noises at your end. So could you minimize those voices because I'm not able to hear you properly?
So what I am saying is that depending on where you wanna bury the amulet or take the amulet, it depends on what forces are you using. Different
Yes.
energies demand you to do different things with the talisman. That's also something you told me, which tells me that you did it a lot and you know what you do. Different
Yes.
forces and different Khodams demand for the amulets to be buried in different areas. That's also something a lot of people don't know. Uh,
Yes.
so basically, can you tell us more about working with angels specifically? Uh,
Okay.
what are procedures on working with angels in your experience?
Okay, so Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has made it really very easy to work with angels. Okay, so actually, angels are always there to help you. Okay, they are not here to harm you, rather, they are always here to help you. Okay, if you are reading the prayers daily, the five obligatory prayers daily, okay, if you are observing the fasts in the month of Ramadan, if you are helping the needy, okay, if you are going for a hajj, then angels are there for you. Okay, they will be helping you without your approval. Okay, you don't need to ask them that please help me. No, they are not. They will help you by themselves. Okay, on the permission of Allah. Okay, however, if you really want by your will that you want the help of the certain angel, then as I told you that angels are pure. You know very well, angels are pure, they do not sin, they are highly pure. Okay, we have different angels, like, okay, the highest of the angel is angel Gabriel. He is the highest of the angels. Okay, and he only comes to the prophets, so no one actually can take the, can call angel Gabriel, because angel Gabriel is only for the prophets. He will come only for the prophet. Then we have the angel of death. Then we have different angels for different purposes. But there are, thousands of angels which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, and every angel is for different work. Every angel has been assigned different duty. Okay, so for example, if I am reading Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, okay, then there is an angel associated with it as well. Okay, every alphabet, every Arabic alphabet, okay, has the angel associated with it. Every Arabic alphabet has the angel associated with it. Okay, now if suppose I want to take the, if I want to take the advantage of the Alif alphabet, okay, there are 27 alphabets in Arabic. Alif, Ba, Ta, Sa, Jim, Ha, Kha. These are the alphabets of Arabic, uh, Arabic language. Okay, these are the alphabets. Now, there are 27 alphabets. So just like there is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, like this, these are the English alphabets. In a similar way, there are the Arabic alphabets. So, to every Arabic alphabet, there is an angel assigned to it. Okay, angel is assigned to every alphabet. Okay, so now if you want the help, then what you have to do, you have to actually take the permission of reading. There are many duas. Okay, not only single dua, there are many duas. Okay, to get the help from the angelic beings. Even you can, just like I told you previously, that there is an angel assigned to every dua. If you want to see the angel, okay, then you have to go through the proper procedure. You have to you read the dua in the guidance of a proper spiritual master, because we all are humans first of all, and we are prone to errors. If we somehow make any error, then one can get his mental state disturbed, okay, by seeing the angel. So spiritual master is highly necessary, okay, for performing these kind of things. Okay.
Okay. The audience also, what is
Yes.
the happening spiritual side within Islamic tradition? How's that issue
Yes.
approached?
Yes. See, just like I told you, there are the negative energies as well, there are the positive energies as well. So, different procedures are for seeing different energies. If I want to see some negative energy, then one has to remain impure. Okay, I have seen many individuals that don't bath for months. They don't take a bath for months. Okay, they remain impure. Okay, why they remain impure? They eat the flesh of the dead animals. They do a lot of things which are highly impure. Okay, so they do all of these things to just get those, to just see those evil energies. However, if you want to see the positive energies, if you want to see the good energies, if you want to see good jinn, if you want to see that jinn which is Muslim, which wants to, which only is here to not harm the human beings, which is, you know which only worships Allah, which only worships God. Okay, so if you want to see that jinn, if you want to see an angel, because you know very well that angel is pure. Okay, angel does not sin. Angel always acts on the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you want to see those things, then you have to go through the purification, you know methods which are pure. All right. So there are different ways to see different entities. If you want to see evil entities, then you have to, go through the impure methods. If you want to see, most of the methods are impure. If you want to see the evil entities, if you want to see the pure entities, good entities who do not sin, okay, and who always act according to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if you want to do the things which comes under Sharia, which comes under the Islamic law, which is permissible by Allah, then you can see those things, those good energies. Okay.
Okay, I understand. So there are like two angelic intelligences I work with a lot. So I wanted to hear your perspective on them, Harut and Marut specifically. Can you tell me more about like your perspective on them? Because like my experience with them is that they teach more about how to protect from fucked up things than they really teach about how to inflict some weird things. They are more about explaining what those sciences are all about. And they always warn you how not to use them. They always come, if they give you any information, it always comes with an instruction manual if you ask them. But like I wanted to hear your perspective on that. And like what do you think?
Okay. You want to hear my perspective on Harut and Marut,
Yes.
right? So basically, if you open the Quran, then then the information about Harut and Marut is given. Okay, and it's during the time of Sulaiman alayhi salatu wassalam, also called as the Prophet Solomon. Okay, there is actually the verse in chapter 2 of the Quran, Surah Baqarah, and that verse is like 102, verse number 102 or 103, okay, which says that they follow what the devils gave out falsely of the magic in the lifetime of Suleiman. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Quran that Suleiman did not disbelieve, but the shayateen, okay, those jinns, those shaitan, okay, those shayateen, devils, because shaitan is also a jinn, they disbelieve, okay, and they taught men the magic and those things, okay, like for example, creating enmity between husband and wife and all of those negative things they taught to the people. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already made them clear that Harut and Marut. Okay. So neither of these two taught anyone such things. Okay. So these were the things which were not taught by Harut and Marut. Both of these are good angels. And as I have already told you, that angels do not sin. All the angels in this world, they are pure. Okay. Islam is very much different from Christianity. Christianity believes that angels, okay, they can, they can sin, they, Christianity believes this. Okay, Christianity believes that angels can sin, but Islam believes, okay, that angels are pure, they act according to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you read the Bible, you will find out that Christianity considers Shaitan, Satan, as the devil which was made outcast, okay, which was thrown out of the paradise, which was thrown out of the kingdom of God. Have you heard that Satan
Yes.
was thrown out of the kingdom of God? Christianity believes this. Christianity believes that Satan was an angelic being, okay, and lot of angels, they were thrown out along with the Satan. The Christianity believes this point. However, according to Islam, Islam does not believe in this thing. Okay, Islam actually says that jinns are being given the free will. So jinns can act according to the free will, and Iblis, the devil, was from the jinns. He was among the jinns. Okay, and that's the reason why, since he disbelieved, since he didn't act according to the commands of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Shaitan to go in front of Prophet Adam, but he refused. And he said that I am made from the fire, and he is just the normal individual who is being made from the clay. I have been worshipping you from, from the day you have created me. Okay, I am having the highest post here among the angels. Okay, so I cannot actually bow down to this individual who is just being created. Okay, this he is intolerable. Shaitan said to this, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why he said to this? Because Satan had the free will. All the jinns, they have the free will. Just like human beings have the free will, jinns also have the free will. They are made from the fire. Okay, we human beings are made from the clay. Okay, so this is the misconception that Christianity holds, that angels can sin. Nauzubillah, they cannot sin. Okay, they are pure. Okay, and Harut and Marut, they are also the pure ones.
Okay. So can you basically tell us more about how somebody can purify himself before reading those prayers and divine names and things of this nature? What are like some of the common ways one can get purified to prepare?
Okay, so basically to purify yourself. Okay, as I have actually come to know that you are now a believer. So how one can purify himself? That is the question. Okay, so when you read Islam, what is purity according to Islam? First of all, let me make you clear about that. First of all, taharat. Taharat means purity. In Arabic word, we use the word tahara. Tahara is the Arabic word for the purity. Clear? So we call it as tahara. And tahara is the half of the iman, half of the faith. So if the person is pure, then half of the faith is completed. Okay. This is the importance of being pure in the in Islam. This is the important. Now, question: how one can become pure? So purity is of two types. One is pure outside, and one is pure from inside as well. So, as a Muslim, as a believer, what one has to do, one has to be pure from inside as well and from outside as well. Okay, because outside purity is also very necessary. For example, you want to go to prayer. Okay, you want to go to prayer. There are 5 obligatory prayers in Islam. Okay, Fajr, Zuhur, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. These are the 5 obligatory prayers. Okay, and all of these happen at their fixed time. Okay, in every country there are fixed timings to offer these prayers. So one cannot offer these prayers in the impure state. Okay, for example, women in Islam are exempted from offering any prayers in the state of menstruation if they are menstruating. Okay, because menstruation is considered as impure. Okay, so one, if actually is reading something, one has to face the Kaaba. Okay, that Qibla, that particular direction, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has discussed in the Quran, and it has come to us through various authentic hadiths. And apart from that, one has to wear the pure clothes, pure and clean clothes, okay, without having any kind of an impurity attached to it. Okay, and apart from that, second thing which comes out, first thing is that one has to be pure from outside, and another thing is that one has to be pure from inside as well. Now, what do I mean by purity from inside? Purity from inside means that you are living under Sharia, under the guidance of the Sharia. Okay, under the guidance of the Sharia. So basically, what you can find with many atheists, atheists say that they don't believe in God. Okay, but there were many atheist philosophers who used to say that although we don't believe in any God, but without God, there will be no principles in this world. So there is the need of God. And if there will be no God, then one has to create the God. Okay, this is the importance of God. Although atheists don't believe in God, but they can't deny God, the importance of God. Okay, so basically, if someone, okay, is living without God, then he will be living according to his will. Okay, he will be making laws, okay, that will be suitable only to the particular section of the society, while many of the laws will be against the minor section of the society. This has been happening since the day the creation is here. Okay, now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the Sharia. Sharia means the Islamic law. Okay, so if one is living under Islamic law, then he is actually in the pure state. Now let me tell you some short ways that you can achieve the purity. Okay, first, try to be pure from outside. If you are pure from outside, then you are also pure from inside. Whenever you are going to bathroom, whenever you are, you know, going to ease yourself in the bath, in the washroom, in the toilet, whenever you are going to ease yourself, try to wash all your genitals with water properly, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the angels do not like any impurity. So you have to wash it thoroughly. In many European countries, in many Western countries, okay, I have seen that people only use tissue paper. They don't use water to clean their genitals. Am I right? Because I have seen that many people don't use water to clean the genitals. Is it right?
I
Because I have
I
heard that many.
water to clean the genitals. I mean, everyone I know cleans themselves really properly with water and stuff. But
Okay,
okay,
but yeah, in many, like in the countries like America, I don't know about your country, France, but in countries like America, I have read on various blogs that they only clean their genitals using the tissue paper. Okay, so basically, one has to properly use the water to clean the genitals. Genitals should be cleaned thoroughly. Okay, apart from that, there is a process which is called as circumcision. Whenever the boy or a girl, whenever the boy, specifically boy, okay, because the circumcision of girls are not done. So the circumcision of the boys are done in Islam and other Abrahamic religions. Even in Jews, Judaism, okay, they do the circumcision of their babies on the 8th day. Okay, so basically, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded the circumcision? Because that foreskin, which is on the penis, okay, so what happens is that sometimes that urine, it is stuck inside the foreskin, okay, and it can cause allergies, and it is also impure as well. So the first command, okay, the, which is actually there in the Jews, which they follow, that is they circumcise their babies on the 8th day. Okay, because this can actually, you know like act as an impurity. Okay, now this thing is also followed in Islam as well, which is the circumcision I'm talking about. Okay, so keep one has to keep in mind that their genitals are clean. Okay, genitals must be clean at any cost. And if their genitals are clean, if they are pure every time, okay, if they are coming from the washroom and they are washing their hands, they are keeping themselves clean, then obviously angels are going to come near them. And try to use good fragrance without any alcohol. Okay, because angels, they run away from the alcohol. So one should actually use proper fragrance on their clothes, which